Hey there, nerds! Welcome to another installment of the Princess Peach Diaries. I know this one is coming a little bit later than the 2 week mark that I set in the first one, but February has turned out to be the craziest, most hectic month for work for me anyway. So I actually haven't gotten that much progress done on the Princess Peach dress, which you'll probably glean from the footage that I will show to you today. For today, I hope you enjoy what I've got so far. I know it may seem a little lackluster. I think it's pretty lackluster, honestly, but it is good to show that cosplay isn't all about like the big show or whatever. It's about the little wins, learning the technique, refining it, coming up with new processes to improve upon the skills that you do have. I'm going to just show you what I have for the last couple of weeks, and I hope you enjoy. Also, as a side note, you may hear me say quite a bit that today will be the day that I get the skirt on the bodice, which has not happened yet. I'm going to be completely honest. I was waiting to get the sequins along the hemline done before I attached it, so I wouldn't have to worry about carrying around and carting around so much material, and just focus on the skirt portion. But if you consistently hear me say, today is the day I'm going to get the skirt on the bodice, I'm very sorry about that. I'm going to try and cut as much of that out as I possibly can because it's annoying. I hope you enjoy what I have. The next installment will definitely be a lot more exciting, I guess. So, yeah, and let's get on with it. Hey there, nerds! Today is January 28th. By this point, you should have seen my first Princess Peach Diaries vlog. And today I'm going to start with getting the skirt onto the bodice. But first, what I have to do is fix the bust a little bit because I didn't realize I overstitched somehow, and now I have this weird little wrinkle here, and I thought it was how the bodice was laying on my dress form, but it's not. I stitched it over somehow, so I have this weird little dart here, which should not be there, so I have to rip the stitches out of that section and resew it. Also, what I've got going on today is I decided to do a sweater pattern. You may have seen this on my Instagram story if you follow me on Instagram. And it's going to be like an oversized mock turtleneck sweater, which I am very excited to have, and I love this fluffy, stretchy sweater knit material that I got for it. So I think I'm going to cut out the pieces for that first, take a break from Peach, and then I'm going to fix the bodice and then hopefully get the skirt gathered, if not onto the bodice today. So that's the plan. All right, I got that seam fixed and I've got my pieces for my sweater cut out. Now it's time to move on to the skirt. Alright, as you can see, I've got the skirt pinned onto the bodice that's on my dress form, and now I'm going to do the lower dark pink band that's going to be on the bottom hem of the skirt. But there is a little alteration I have to do first, because as you can see, the dress form is to my height, but look at where the dark pink portion ends, so I'm gonna have to take that up a little bit before I actually put on the dark pink band, but that should be a very simple alteration to do. But if I put it on as is, it's going to be hella long, so I gotta take care of that now before I put that band in once I get the band made. But I am super excited. It's starting to really shape up and look like a dress, and I'm really excited about it. Also, pay no attention to the mess over there. I sew in the spare room of my house, so there's a bunch of junk everywhere in here. But yay. 14th, so it's the Super Bowl today, and I am combating that by staying upstairs and sewing. You may have seen this project. I just got finished with it. It is a very, very cozy sweater. The sleeves are a little too long on me, but I think with wash and wear and things like that, it'll be a little bit better, be a little bit more comfortable too. I'm happy with it at least. It's nice and warm. I will definitely wear it, and I'm very excited for it. So today on the docket, what I have is I'm going to start adding sequins to the collar. I have to fix the lining for the bodice a little bit because I sewed it really wonky the last time. Then what else? Oh, I have to put the dark pink band on the hem of the skirt. So that's my goal for today, so let's get started. Good afternoon, nerds. It's February 11th. It's a Sunday. It's the week of Valentine's Day. I know it's been a few days since I've made an update, but I've been really busy with work. So it's been tough to do any updates when I haven't gotten any work done. Also, it's been snowing like crazy here, as you can maybe see. So if you hear a snowblower, that's why. But I wanted to show you the work I've done with the collar so far. Last night I did the work downstairs while I was watching TV, and I got about halfway through the collar part, as you can see, and I'm very, very happy with how it's turned out. I love the little bit of sparkle it now has. I like the iridescent and light pink sequins that I've used. I think that was a really good choice. I was going to do a more complicated design, but then I thought that, you know, less is more. So that's essentially what I did. But it has a really nice sparkle and shine to it. I'm very happy with my stitching on this. So I may finish this up today and then get it sewn onto the bodice, but my main concern is getting the skirt portion done. As you can see, I was trying to get the dark pink band around the hemline of the skirt, but as I was pinning it in place, I noticed that something was not quite right, and it's because I have about this extra inch or so of excess fabric on the band, which I don't know how exactly that happened, but I guess I'm gonna have to go in with a seam ripper and pin it in place and then make sure I get it exactly to the size of the hem line. But yeah, I just have this little flappy do going on here, so I gotta fix that up. So that's gonna be on today's agenda, and then hopefully I can get it onto the bodice portion of the dress. So that's today's agenda. I got the band on finally, yay! So it wasn't as difficult of a process as I thought it would be, because I did have to take it in by an extra inch, but it turned out okay. I'm very happy with it. And I think I'm going to put some sequins on along the hemline, but I'm not entirely sure about that yet. I'm still debating it, and if I do, I definitely think I should do it while the skirt is off, because otherwise having that and the entirety of the bodice would be very, very difficult. So I don't know, but I'm glad that it's on finally, and it looks really, really nice, and it's long enough, which is always a big issue of mine. Hey there, today is February 12th, and while I haven't gotten much progress since yesterday, I wanted to show you some of the things I got and some of the plans that I am making now that I have some of these new things. The first thing is I got more of these bigger 5mm faceted or cupped sequins, and I got 2 packs of the iridescent ones because they kind of match the smaller 3mm ones. So what I'm thinking of doing is doing something similar that I have been doing with the collar along the hemline on the dark pink portion of the skirt. But because these are super teeny tiny sequins, that would take me a hella long time to sew them on. So I thought, well, 5mm ones are a little bit more manageable, so let's do that. And then while I was getting frisky at Joann's, I found these beads, which are tubed beads. I thought they were really pretty. And then I found these, which are very similar in color to the dark pink satin, as you can see. So I may be adding some beading to the either bodice or to the hemline, or I may even add some later on, maybe going down a little bit. I don't know. And then the other thing I got were these beading needles. I thought these would be really, really good for sewing on sequins. I like them longer, so I thought these may be a good option. So yeah, that's what I got for today. You can kind of see Betty's booty in this shot. Ooh! Hey there, nerds. It is February 24th. It's a Saturday. I know updates have been kind of few and far between this month. It's been a really hectic month on my end. But I did get a chance to go to Joann's today to pick up a few things for my Princess Peach cosplay, so I wanted to show you that today. The first major things that I wanted to get was I wanted to get a earring backing of sorts for her little baubles that she wears, and I originally was planning on doing clip-on earrings, but I was not really entirely sure what material I was going to make those out of. So I figured no matter what I did, if I did polymer clay or if I did like a plasticky material, I would need to have something that was a little bit more secure just in case. So I found these lever back ear wires. So to go with that, I got some short eye pins as well to poke in whatever it is that I'm making. And then while I was there, I decided to look at the polymer clay selection that they had, and I found this. It is an air drying polymer clay, and you can even cure it in the microwave, which I thought was wild, although they do say that if you don't put a cup of water in the microwave that the clay could ignite, which doesn't sound really good. So I figured I would just let it air dry, honestly. But it is super lightweight. Like, this is like incredibly light. It's amazing. So I'm going to test that out tonight and see how I like that. I don't know if I'm going to like this yet, but it was on sale for like $1.74 or something like that. But it's a Wilton mold, and it's to make all these different little gems, and I thought that that was really cool. So I figured if I don't use it for this, I could use it for something else. So I got it. So I went to the craft paint section. I found these two paints by Folk Art. So the one I got is Garnet Red, and then the other one I got is Teal Topaz. Then the main thing that I got that I had to get was the four-way stretch material for the gloves. So I got this ivory. This is by the, it's from the Yaya Han Cosplay collection. Her four-way stretch stuff is the best. I've made my Batgirl gloves out of it. I've made my Starfleet uniform out of her stuff, and it is just bomb to use. So I got a yard of this. I got a yard in case I fuck up. I will start getting that all set in the coming days. So I'm going to test out the clay and see how that goes.